Hey folks, Kay here from Eat Pray Anime. Hope you're doing well and thanks for joining me for another episode of Let's Play with an Expert, exploring Edelweiss's Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. When we last left our feisty little harvest goddess, she had just been exiled from the lofty realm of the gods to an island overrun by demons after literally exploding all the rice and alcohol meant for tribute for the top goddess, Lady Kawahitsuki. Tasked with securing the island and looking after a ragtag bunch of humans, Sakuna has to learn how to get her divine hands dirty by hunting and planting rice. Ready, set, let's press play. First we're going to take a little tour around the farmstead. As you can see, there are these little exclamation points that highlight things that you can pick up, different kinds of crafting or cooking resources. So here we're picking up 7 herbs, ganakusa, mugwort, horsetail. Not sure what these are meant for yet, maybe to make medicine, maybe to eat. In here we have the main hall with Mirte and Tama. Wow, just look at that view. I mean, really, it's gorgeous. I can already tell this is going to be a really beautiful, stunning game. So you can walk all the way around the main house. Yum, plums. And we have a waterfall here, so we have a source of water for our farming. To pick up these snails, I'm not sure if they're caught and released. I don't know if they're a pest. And we've got a gate here for adding water to the rice paddy, as well as a gate for releasing the water from the rice paddy. So we've got a full irrigation system here. Here's a rice storage shed. You could call it a granary. Right now, there's not much to do in here. Pick up a spider. Check things out. Oh, I can pick this up. Not sure what this broom is for, but maybe we'll find out later. Alright, we should probably talk to the big guy. So he says he's found some farming tools, but it doesn't look like I can actually start farming yet. I remember in part 1 they said that I should go hunting. You can talk to all the human characters, but right now you can't really have a conversation with any of them. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, interesting. What is this cave? From the exterior, it gives the impression of being a magnitude smaller than it actually is inside. Is this a Doctor Who reference? It sounds like the jokes they make about the TARDIS, that it's bigger on the inside. That's a cute little pop culture reference.
Yes.
Long ago, your father, Lord Takeribi, dug out this cave in order to be closer to his beloved Lady Toyohana. He also utilized the space as a training ground. In truth, the cave is indeed as diminutive as you sensed. However, a spell is in effect that shrinks all who pass through the entrance.
Is that so?
My father had many talents, I see. The shrine in the center appears to still be active. If you touch it, you can begin training. So this stone looks really cool. They call it a shrine, and there's good reason for that. So there's a Shimenawa rope around the stone with paper zigzag shapes called shide. These mark sacred space. So you can often see rocks with this Shimenawa around them, also trees with Shimenawa around them, other kinds of natural features in and around shrines in Japan. One of the most famous rocks, or set of rocks that have these Shimenawa ropes around them, are the Meioto Iwa, or the wedded rocks, that you can find in Futami, outside of the city of Ise. There are these 2 rocks that stand in the ocean, and there's these Shimenawa between them. And there's actually 2 shrines in that area that you can visit. Sakuna says, Father was rather brazen to dig a hole right under a lady's house without permission. Since I'm here, I may as well make use of it. So I'm not really interested in training right now. But there's this box over here that you can open and get some scrolls. Those are Lord Takeribi's writings on the art of battle. Wishing to share their knowledge with each other, Lord Takeribi penned The Art of Battle. Likewise, Lady Toyohana wrote The Art of Farming. When your parents left this island, their teachings were passed on to the Ashigumo tribe. However, it appears the scrolls were scattered and lost in the wake of the demonic invasion. Perhaps I will give them a look if I happen to chance on any more. So this is interesting. You may already be familiar with Sunzi's The Art of War. Here we have a pair of writings, The Art of War and The Art of Farming. Alright, so we're continuing down the mountain path. Got our friend Ashigumo here. I am indebted to your parents and therefore to you. If you are in trouble, do not hesitate to speak. Alright, so if you reach the end of the mountain pass, then you hit the world map. Looks like the only place we can go to right now is the Cylindric Cavern. So let's go check that out. So I don't know about you, but I'm less interested in the caving aspect of the game. So I'm gonna play it like a speed run here. You can see me breeze through. There are different resources that you can harvest. There's plants, there's different kinds of rocks and ore. You can beat up on these bunnies. The controls feel very clunky in the beginning because you don't have a lot of like combos and things that you can use. It feels like the wind up to the heavy attacks is very slow. But this actually smooths out a lot more later in the game, and it's actually really fun to just kind of zip around and bash on people, send them flying. There is an art to it, but in the beginning, there's not as much that you can do with it. There's also this weird sort of lag period. When you stun an enemy, they fall on the ground, and for a little while, even though they're right in front of you and they're stunned, you can't hit them again, so you have to wait for them to get back up. But then there's an opening for them to attack you, so that's a little tricky. Alright, now that we've completely cleared the cavern, we've achieved some exploration goals, and we've unlocked a new area to explore. When you reach the end of the cavern, there isn't actually an exit, so you can just hit the triangle if you're on PS4 and go back to the world map.
Welcome back, goddess. Did something happen? Personally, I'm exhausted, but... Go see the old samurai. He's by the shed.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
I have a bad feeling about this. My intuition is always right.
Trying to make us starve to death, you big doofus!
Kinta, getting angry is bad. Everyone makes mistakes.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so ticked off!
You're making quite a fuss. What in the world happened?
This dingus lost all the seeds in the water!
What? Does that mean we cannot grow rice?
All that's left is this small handful. The rest is...
Apparently, he's only ever watched farmers, and hasn't ever done a lick of farming himself! Ugh, this chump is dead weight!
I thought you said we could trust you! How do you plan to fix this?
It pains me to say so, but in truth, I lack not only the skill to fight, but any sort of manual skill at all. I adore farm work, yet I am inept at it. I only got in the way of the farmers. I assumed I was the only one here who knew anything about planting rice, so I was inspired to succeed for once, but... Oh, I've brought dishonor upon myself. To make amends, I shall slice open my belly and...
That is quite unnecessary.
Classic samurai drama queen threatening to commit seppuku or harakiri and slice his belly open out of shame.
Stop! Stop right there! If you're gonna die, do it someplace where we don't have to watch you bleed out.
Oh...
No one wishes for you to die. We were merely asking what we're going to do for food.
Having one less mouth to feed certainly can't hurt, though. He eats enough for 5 people. I mean, how greedy can you get?
Stop, Ermi.
Some of Myrte's native language is coming out.
Why do you hurt Tauemon? Tauemon is nice. He only made mistake. I am not Yanato person, but I understand that is not right way to act.
Okay. I cannot argue after being scolded by a person who is not of this land.
At this point, we have very little clues. My hunch is still that Myrte is a Dutch missionary. That being said, I don't speak any Dutch, so I can't say whether or not what she just said is in the Dutch language. It does sound Germanic to me, but it doesn't sound like German. That being said, there weren't a ton of Western missionaries from the Netherlands to Japan. In fact, the majority of them were from Portugal and Spain, so I'm wondering where they got the inspiration for this Myrte character, and I'm looking forward to seeing more about her background.
Your name's Myrte, then? For your sake, we shall make peace. This evening, we shall all feast on the meat I gathered and turn in early. That goes for you as well, Shorty.
Oh!
What is it this time?
I am good cook. Today I will make meal from my country. It will be so good.
Oh, okay. A dish from your country, you say? I do not know where you hail from, but I'll look forward to it nonetheless. I shall give this meat to you then. Cook us up something good.
Okay, I will try hard.
Time for the
meal.
I do.
Oh, afschuwelijk.
Disgusting.
I'm stuck.
What is this?
It was
I
good.
cannot eat another bite.
Happiness is a
What
full
feast.
belly.
Thanks for that.
Lady Sakuna, the leftover seeds have managed to sprout. It's finally time to plant them, but
Have you got a handle on it this time?
I tend to get a bit carried away and end up crushing the seedlings and destroying the footpaths.
That sounds like quite the mess.
I think that goes beyond merely being inept. Hey, Tama, what are you looking at? You're not thinking of putting me to work again, are you? Just consider how ridiculous it would be for a harvest goddess to plant the very rice she receives as an offering.
No, it's not strange in the least. Our country's harvest goddess is abundantly energetic. Your mother, Lady Tauemon, worked the fields every year, as does the preeminent goddess, Lady Kamuhitsuki.
Are you serious? Even the noble Lady Kamihitsuki mucks about in rice paddies? Surely you jest.
Be that as it may, we cannot entrust our continued livelihood to the children of men. Most are but women and children, after all. Do not worry. I'm sure you will excel. You are none other than Lady Toyohana's descendant, after all.
I am confident in my knowledge of the process, at least. I'll teach you how to do it.
Don't act all high and mighty after what you did yesterday. Let's give it a try, shall we?
Okay, so I'm gonna try my hand at farming. Interestingly enough, there's not a lot of direction on how to do this. There isn't like a farming tutorial. You have to figure it out on your own, which I think is really interesting. As a perfectionist, this is really frustrating for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to do it well, but you just kind of have to go with the flow and just start planting rice. It's actually really hard to move around. It feels a little counterintuitive. It's hard to go in a straight line. I'm trying my best. My OCD is kicking in. But this doesn't look terrible. I don't really know how far apart they're supposed to be. Is this too close? Is this too far away? I mean, I've seen rice patties in person, but in the game, I just have no idea. I'm gonna go over here and try to recreate this line. Are they too close together? I just don't know. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I feel like this is too close. Okay, this is better. It's so hit or miss. I'm just doing my best. Ah, crap. Planting rice. Hoping it will turn out nice. Almost there, just a few more. Oh crap, we're close together. Two more, one, two.
This is good enough.
How'd I do?
I planted
A
them
little
with
far
enough space
apart.
in between.
That's probably a bad thing. It's too late now.
No. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm basically free. What do I do about this now? I guess I should put water in there, like you said. Open the gate. It fills up kind of slowly.
Hurry and take root.
You can check on the rice. You can see here there's a number of aspects or qualities that the rice can have: yield, taste, hardiness, stickiness, aesthetic, aroma. I love me some aesthetic rice. This has something to do with the stats of the main character Sakuna, but I don't really know. Enough water to submerge your ankles should be fine. Okay. Is it up to my ankles? Let's check. Yeah, that's like ankle length for a short person. I guess that's enough. Oh, what's this? No idea. Let's see what the squirt has to say.
Uh-huh. Huh?
What?
Right on.
Hey.
Oh, so this is really interesting to me. Kinta says goddess or Buddha or whoever you said you were. And this is really interesting when you think about the history between Shinto and Buddhism. I'm going to link above the episode that I did about the historical relationship between Shinto and Buddhism in Japan for the Religion for Breakfast educational YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it before, please go check it out. For the majority of religious history in Japan, a short time after Buddhism came to the Japanese islands from China via Korea, people weren't really sure what the difference was between kami and Buddhas. And you kind of see this in Kinta's comment, like, it doesn't really matter to him who Sakuna is or what she is, you know, like, as long as she can help him out. There were lots of different frameworks for understanding what the kami were, what the Buddhas were, how they were related. One of them is called Honji Suijaku, meaning origins and traces. It was a theory that the kami were actually the Japanese version of the Buddhas. But this was only one of several theories. Alright, so now we have a new resource quest. Let's go back to the map and go get that stuff. Alright, so now we have our first power, Frontal Smash. You can go equip it in the menu. There are different ways to power up your weapons by using these things called spirit bows, spirit bows, some people might say. Not sure why it's called a bow. If it's like a stone, I always associate bows with like tree boughs, like the golden bough, which is a famous book in the early study of comparative mythology and religion. But it is so satisfying to hurl these stones into the enemies and then just watch them all fall down like dominoes. Ciao! In this game, crashing damage is a really great way to use smaller enemies to take out larger enemies, or at least take out a chunk of their health before you go in and finish them off. Maybe I was supposed to hit an enemy into this wall over here. Go grab a rock. I'm running low on health here. I don't know if I can beat all those guys up. I don't want to start over on this level, so I'm just gonna head home, check on my rice fields. Alright, I've been gone for quite a while. It looks like some more pests have popped up. There are some weeds in my fields. I'm going to pull those out. Leave my rice alone. There's another one down there. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm head inside. I'll come back and pull that one later. Let's talk to Myrte. But first, we'll pick up the spider.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, so we're teaching Myrte how to cook Yanato, or Japanese food.
Yeah.
Oh, right!
I've already got the ingredients ready,
no
just a bunch of acorns.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah.
To study. I want to know more about Yanato. Me too, girl, me too. Yeah, Sakuna is like a walking SAT vocabulary test. Myrte learned to cook. Sounds like a Pokemon.
Eat something?
Alright, let's check out the menu. So depending on what you have in your inventory, you can cook different kinds of meals, and they give you different kinds of stat buffs. You can see here the herbs that we harvested, the mugwort, the 7 herbs, acorns, some of the meat that we gathered from fighting enemies. It's all in the inventory. They call it storage here. And you can select different kinds of dishes to eat, several small dishes, which is similar to what you would eat in Japan. Mugwort dumplings. Those are good. I like those. So it looks like there are also foods that are seasonal based on, the season that you're in the game. Right now it's spring, and so we can eat mugwort dumpling, and that gives us additional stat buffs because it's the right season. What is that you said? I think you said, boats are fun. Remembering our trip from the capital, you did seem quite merry. That was no pleasure cruise for me, let me tell you. As a goddess, by rights, I should have had my own cabin far away from you lot. I'm sorry to hear. My humblest apologies, Lady Sakuna. It was through my actions that this indignity has been visited upon you, and I shall accept any fate you... Your remorse does nothing to help our current situation. Princess, I do believe some of the blame falls upon you as well. Getting drunk and sneaking away on the day of tribute only to reveal the location of the capital to the children of men. But they saw my awesome power, and I clearly warned them that their safety could not be guaranteed. It is quite peculiar that we received such a light punishment compared to Lady Sakuna. You children of men would not put an insect on trial, so it is in the lofty realm, where only gods are worthy of judgment. I don't regret nothing. What were we supposed to do, just starve to death? What's that? How about I soften up that hard head of yours? Princess. I know. Even I am not hot-headed enough to start a brawl during a meal. But I'm watching you, brat.
I'm stuck.
It was good. Thanks for that.
I think it's really cool that they have these dinner conversations, but I do wish that they were voiced. Alright, this seems like a good place to stop for now. Thanks for joining me on Eat, Pray, Anime. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.